In high school basketball, there's plenty of young talent out there, but when you're talking about the most talented and the most popular players, you gotta bring up these two guys and they must be in the discussion. I'm not going to lie, high school basketball is just straight up strange. You would typically think the older the player is, the more clout they would have, but it's actually vice versa. It seems like now more of the younger players have more hype and attention than the older players like the seniors and juniors. It hasn't always been this way, but hey, it's 2020. This has been a year of a lot of different changes. And in today's video, you already know who we're going to talk about. So if you're new to this channel, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like for more. And without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Oh yeah, guys, before we get into this video, I recently did a giveaway on my Instagram and Twitter, and the winners have been announced. I DM'd them all, and I'll put up the screenshots on the screen just so some of y'all don't think it's a fake giveaway. Thank you for everyone that won. If you didn't win, don't worry, just follow my Twitter and Instagram. We'll do some more in the future. Thank you all. Now let's continue on. Alright. So Mikey Williams and Bronny James are in the same class. They're roughly the same age, and a lot of people think their games aren't too far apart. Now yes, if you're going off of last year's stats, it's not even close, and a main part of that was Mikey was the main guy on his team, and Bronny was playing for a stacked high school. And even though Bronny hasn't put up those crazy numbers and fully brought out his potential just yet, a lot of people think in the long run he might be the better player. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know if he'll be the better player, but I can definitely see where people are coming from. One big difference right now that I see in Mikey and Bronny is that I think Mikey actually has somewhat fully tapped into his potential. Of course he's not there just yet, but he's tapped into a lot of it. And on the flip side, I don't even think Bronny's anywhere close. I'm just going to have to base this comparison off of what we have seen and what I think is going to happen, but as of right now, I think you got to give the scoring edge to Mikey, and me personally, I don't even think it's that close. Bronny's really good in catch and shoot situations and when other players set him up, but Mikey, he doesn't even need that. He can create shots on his own. When you're talking about passing and basketball IQ though, man, Bronny looks like LeBron out there. You can really see that he has that natural born leader and IQ out there on the court because he sees a lot of things that other players don't typically see. But however, with that being said, I do think a very underrated part of Mikey's game is that he is an efficient passer. And I really feel like that part of his game is only going to continue to improve, especially with playing with a good team now. Yes, his other team was good, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. Shooting wise, whether that's catch and shoot, pull up mid ranges, or any type of shot, I think it's very close. I see more of a J.R. Smith than Mikey, but in Bronny, I think he takes more efficient shots and better shots. Although Bronny's not built like his dad, he attacks the rim and uses his body very well. Mikey does the same sometimes, but he looks out of control out there, and that can be a good and a bad thing. He normally gets a lot of and ones and finishes through contact, and he looks for that, whereas Bronny can do a Euro step or spin move and finish away from the contact. I've also taken notice in their post games, they have a really good turnaround jump shot, and that's going to come in handy if they do make it to the NBA level. Overall, I'm going to have to give the scoring edge and the offensive edge to Mikey, and here's why. I think we can all agree the scoring edge has got to go to Mikey just for this main one reason. We haven't seen it out of Bronny just yet. Can he put up crazy good numbers this season? Yes, of course, but we haven't seen it, so we can't base it off of what we haven't seen. As you guys know though, offense isn't just about scoring, it's about rebounding and passing, so let's talk about that part. Passing wise, I just really have to give it to Bronny, and I don't think it's close, but the gap isn't that far either. His vision and point guard tendencies are unmatched, and I don't think that's a knock on Bronny. I just haven't seen a young player with that talent since LeBron James. So when you're looking at it right now, it's 1-1. Mikey has 1 and Bronny has 1, but here's where the tiebreaker comes into play. They're not big time rebounders, let's be honest, and even though Bronny does beat him in the passing range, I think Mikey's a very good passer too, and a lot of people don't talk about that. And since Mikey is really close in the IQ and passing battle, but the scoring part really isn't close and it's got to go to Mikey, I think that's why overall for the offensive end, it's got to go to Mr. Williams himself. I hope the way I said that makes sense. It made sense to me, but hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. Now with all that being said, let's flip the switch and go to the defensive end. Look, I already know Mikey has this stereotype and persona about him where people just claim he's a lazy defender, but I'm not saying he's great, do not get me wrong, but I don't think he's lazy either. Yes, he has plays where he takes off and he is lazy sometimes, but come on now, what basketball player doesn't take off on defense? That's normal. I don't care what you say, and if you disagree, you have definitely not played basketball. When he does try on defense, I've seen him guard the best players and he locks them up pretty good. For Bronny, it's relatively the same, but I will say one good thing about him, I've never seen him take a lot of plays off, and he's always hustling. He's diving after loose balls, putting his body on the floor, and he's a very good shot blocker. I forgot to say that about Mikey as well. He definitely can send your shot and pin it on the backboard. I think the defensive side is relatively close as well, because there's not a real way you can tell who's the best defender in high school. You gotta wait till college or even the NBA. If I had to pick one though, I am gonna say I would like to have Bronny on my defensive team because he's a straight up dog. He gives it his all, and that's what I like, so I gotta rock with him. This season coming up will be big for both players because we can really tell the difference between them. I think Bronny's gonna shock a lot of people because a lot of people don't even think he's that great of a basketball player, and he don't deserve his ranking. On the other side, it's gonna be almost nearly impossible for Mikey to live up to the expectations people have for him, so maybe he takes a step back, who knows. When you're talking about Bronny James and Mikey Williams, you can hate on them, say what you want, but they're great basketball players. The gap is close, and I mean it's really close, but if I had to get one guy right now and pick him on my team, I gotta go with Mikey Williams. And it's solely just based off of what I've seen from last year. I mean, he averaged 30 points per game, and Bronny averaged roughly 5. Yeah, I know the situations were different, but Mikey was a beast last year, man. I can't go off of what I think's gonna happen this season. I can only go off of what I've seen, and what I've seen, I gotta go with Mikey. I don't know though, I'm definitely predicting Bronny to have a breakout season, and if he doesn't this year, he will in the up and coming season after this one. And as always, I know this is a good debate, so let me know in the comment section down below. Do you got Mikey or you got Bronny? Let me know who you would pick on your team. And if y'all want to see more comparisons like this, let me know in the comment section. But with all this being said, that's about gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.